Yeah, as Ted said, we'll give it a minute or two and then we'll get started.
For that, Gio, I just started the recording. I'm pretty sure it started recording because there's a little red button, the record button right at the top, at the title on the right. I'm seeing some comments in the chat. Just wanted to say I appreciate you, some positive energy from the actual community. And just wanted to
I'll
highlight.
keep an eye on the chat, Tez, so you ain't got to do multiple things at once. Don't worry.
Thank you so much for that, Gio. So yes, if the team could actually look after the chat, that'd be amazing. I'll try and obviously be helpful too in that respect. Benjamin with the Harry Potter chat always makes me laugh. Sometimes when I come into the community chat, I know there's not a lot of presence by myself at the moment, but that is due to the fact that there's so much going on. You could imagine. Same with the other team members. You can see from the announcements in the last few days since launch that we have not stopped working. Today was actually a really fine day, especially to the fact that we pushed some funds into setting up the servers and also working towards the start of the actual development of the chain, going from localhost directly to the nodes, where we're basically setting up the testnet chain. And believe it or not, we know we've said 3 months, but we're going to try and accomplish a lot of things a little before time, as long as we don't have any hurdles. I'll touch upon that a little bit later. I believe we'll give another 2 minutes. It's 8:03 on my clock, and then we'll officially start. Okay?
Need some background music. Tez, sing us a song.
Sing? I'm not a singer. If I start singing, most of these people will just drop. They will either, excuse me for saying, might go deaf, or they might just drop from the AMA. I don't want to do that here. Maybe you can do us the honors, huh? How about that? Sing us a lullaby.
Oh, definitely drop then, I'll tell you. Don't want to be scaring people off. But no, look, I mean, I'm excited to get this get this moving anyway, and yeah, it's great to be able to get on this with people and have a little talk and a conversation. So yeah, looking forward to it.
I agree, completely agree. Just another minute, and then we'll fire it off. Welcome, everyone. This is the official first AMA of the Aventa project with the community directly. My name is Tez. I'm the lead of the Aventa project. Just going to touch a bit in terms of the introduction to the project first and foremost, and then we will give you some more information about my background, and then touch upon the team and also the project of what we're working on and what we're planning to accomplish, our mission and objectives, and so forth. Okay, so the project itself, Aventa, is actually building a layer 1 chain, which is the flagship product. We have released some utilities already, as you saw the announcement today about the standalone AI bot as well. I specialize in Web 2 and Web 3 utilities. I'm a true believer. I got into crypto a long time ago. I have touched base on both the mainstream, the normal sort of Web 2 development, as well as Web 3. And the way I got into crypto is I was really interested in terms of the actual blockchain technology and obviously the anonymity, being your own bank, essentially. So the mission and the objective is to bring the layer 1 and provide more secure systems, a chain that can actually provide real-time driven results, as well as scoring mechanisms, automated deployment of dApps, contracts, and due diligence tools right on the chain, so you don't have to go off to try and use bots, other tools, in order to try and do your research, so to speak. So that could potentially be a deterrent to most scams, as we know that these are actually rampant in the space. So our main goal is to try and deliver a chain that's actually secure. In line with that is also the AI integration, okay, which you'll basically be able to discuss and interact with an AI in terms of the contracts that are deployed on there, ask it questions about certain functionalities that you don't understand, even though we will have certain points in terms of the contract that you're looking at, where we'll provide you simple, basic information to the average user that doesn't understand code. There's also going to be a launchpad integrated into the chain. So just like you see some of the other launchpads out there, but it'd be quite unique in itself. I did mention in the chat previously that yes, we will be bringing the chain, but you might be in a familiar ground, but it will have its own interesting, unique functionality in there. So it will have a different feel. The team and myself, we don't want to deliver products that are actually similar or exact copies of others. We believe in quite unique applications with 3 dApps and utilities. I think that will actually distinguish us in comparison to our competition, and therefore build upon to deliver potentially and hopefully innovative solutions that users in the Web3 space can actually take advantage of. Okay, so I'm just going to stop right there for a moment, and I'm going to see if anyone has any questions before I move forward. Like I said, if you don't want to speak, just please put them in the chat. If you don't have any questions now, then obviously later on, if you think of something, go ahead and we'll try and answer them as soon as possible. Okay, Gio, do you want to give an introduction, possibly, yourself?
Yeah, I can do, yeah. So yeah, hello everybody. My name's Gio. I've been in space a good number of years now, working for various projects. When I first started actually working in Web3, it was mainly focused on sort of the partnerships aspect, sort of freelancing between different people. Some of you may know sort of the quite big one I worked at previously. And then, yeah, recently joined the Aventa team with Tez. I've known Tez for a little while now. We actually did a partnership together. Had a very good relationship. So when a space came up, I wanted to see what was going on over here. For me, really, you know, just and you can tell by the way he talks. Really, Tez, he won't admit it, but he is very much a technical genius. The stuff that he's put together, and the ideas that we've been discussing, and the future that this has, I really, I don't want to be one of those people that's sort of selling the pipe dream, but I also don't want you guys to underestimate it either. There is something very, very real, very quite special, really. And I think with the team we have, it is going to be really, really interesting the next couple of months. So yeah, as I say, I'm open book. If you want to know anything about my previous projects, I'm not going to mention names because that's not what we're here for. But any questions like that, come and ask me, DM me. I'm happy to talk about any of my past. And of course, you'll see I'm always in the chat, available if you have any questions as well. So yeah, nice to meet you all.
Thank you for that, Gio. Now, someone asked a question in the actual chat in relation to exchanges, but I also saw Nave's message saying, geez, please fix your microphone, mate. Can everyone hear me clearly? Is my microphone off or am I audible? Can you just let me know, please? Confirming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, community. Thank you so much for confirming that. Okay, so in terms of the question of the exchanges, now everybody, obviously every project out there, every dev, every team would like to obviously list on exchanges. From tier 1, especially, as you guys know now, if we had the actual funds in the marketing wallet, a good chunk of it, we would have had talks with exchanges, look at the contracts and try to come to an agreement, negotiate, get advice and so forth, consultation, and then obviously sign on the dotted line. We're not in a position to do that right now, but in future, obviously with the development going on, especially with the L1 chain, with the RPC coming in, with the chain ID, and when that goes live on testnet, then we have the Explorer within record time, if I could say so myself, hopefully without facing any hurdles and so forth. I think that will actually help us quite a bit in terms of bringing on board individuals that can see the tech, can see the actual flagship product being in fruition, as well as doing showcases. I think then we will get a lot more support. Anything can happen in crypto, as you know. This can just, go wherever it is tomorrow. We trying our best. If you look at the announcements, we are spending money on marketing. We're not holding back. Just bear in mind that obviously we don't have unlimited funds, so we have to be strategic, as well as putting this money towards a positive ROI, to get a positive ROI in return. Can't just spend just like that. Now, in exchanges, of course, we would love to list today if we want to get in a position to, but yes, in future, without a doubt, we're L1 chain. Of course, it will require for us to be on these exchanges to get more attention, more volume, and therefore the project gets an aspirational future thereafter. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Anything follow up to that, please do ask me. I understand the fees in terms of Uniswap. This is Ethereum, as you know, but being the second one in volume and the most popular next to Bitcoin, next to BTC, and where the real money is, we had to launch on Ethereum. Obviously, with our chain, it'll be completely different with the L1 and then possible expansion with a question that someone asked yesterday in terms of the actual user base being growing, as well as the handling of the transaction volume as well. So yes, exchanges are in the plans. As soon as we're able to have the funds, we will make a wise decision, discuss it, consult, and therefore sign on the dotted line. Okay.
Right, just jump in, Tez, quick. Just before we do get any further, I've just seen, obviously we got the rest of the guys on here. Do you guys want to quickly say hello, announce who you are, the rest of the team, or are you happy just listening? Come on, somebody must want to talk. Okay, all right, never mind then. So yeah, just quickly from me, just to touch on what Tez has said. So as I sort of mentioned before, one sort of very good aspect of when you come through that partnership route is connections, right? So one of the things we have been doing already is adding to that list. So I did put a message in the chat earlier that you might have seen around some of the things that we're doing now, although it's not having that immediate impact, it's part of a bigger plan. And what I sort of mean by that is there are these connections in the background and these doors opening and these conversations on top of the ones that we already have. And it's going to involve things like exchanges, it's going to involve these bigger players, 100 million market cap companies. So, and beyond, shall I say. So, it's just important to recognise that. It's a bad signal in the bunker.
I have actually a fiber connection in my house, so I don't think it was an issue with that. I mean, I've been told that my voice is clear too, so truly sorry for that. Apologetic. I don't know what happened there. It just cut off. I thought I was literally just listening. I thought, why did Gio stop talking? Then I saw the chat saying the AMA got cut off, so I started immediately again. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I completely lost where it was now. Complete train of thought's gone. But I've just seen a question actually. So I'll probably answer this and then Tez can add on to it, I'm sure. So it says, are you guys planning for any partnerships with marketing people or influencers? As you all know, marketing is as important as the utility itself. So yeah, completely agree. Obviously we have got now 3 long-term calls. There are more in talks, but not just your typical on Twitter. So we are looking at and I suppose probably a little bit of a mini announcement. We're looking at things, we're going to start setting up on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're going to have sort of tutorials or demos of the utilities, and we're going to be reaching out to some influencers on those platforms as well. So it's not just going to be your typical, cold posting on X. We are going to branch that out quite dramatically, and that's one thing you will see from our marketing. We've got some going on in terms of like listings, you got some things going on in terms of Reddit. We're really sort of branching that out so every area is covered. So yeah, expect the marketing to be ongoing, guys. Tez, you got anything you want to add to that one?
Yes, of course. So in terms of the influencers, we've got around 6 at the moment on board. We're having talks with some others too. We are also, there's a core manager that we recruited to. We're touching base in terms of the marketing. As you mentioned, we have been touching base on various platforms such as Reddit. As you saw today, trending on 5 different subreddits, including the Moonshots, which is the largest following of a crypto subreddit on Reddit itself. Also, we did trending, as you saw today. We went back on Guru, which obviously once you hit certain MCs, that is prolonged and provides more traction by showing X's to their subs. We did ads before. If you look at the actual announcements, you will see we've done a lot of different marketing. It's not just about KOLs, guys. Respectfully speaking, marketing needs to roll out in certain other departments. As you know, we do several movements in terms of trying to bring awareness to the project. Partnerships, I believe we have 3 already. There's one that's already been locked in. It hasn't been announced yet because we're going to be working on the platform with this particular project. They've got a decent following. They have a live flagship product. They're also giving us some funds in terms of using influencers to bring more awareness. Now, this is all internal at the moment. I would not like to provide any further information about it until it's all formally announced. In respect of the project itself, we are obviously working on the announcement itself. And once we actually the platform is finalized in terms of our brand being on there, I personally have already had a sort of a live showcase of their product, run through the platform, ask the important questions, just to get more familiar with the actual product. And it looks pretty good in terms of actually connecting with other influencers that specialize in the niche that Aventa actually places itself within the space.
Yeah, no, definitely, and just again add on to that. Like I said, partnerships is sort of for some of us our bread and butter. So we've got access to a partner network that was set up a long time ago now, which has got sort of I believe is just over 40 projects of various sizes, of which we all we've spoken to all personally. So there's plenty of connections in there. And the things with the partnerships, guys, is we're going to be looking at integrations. So getting the chatbot out there, which not only increases brand awareness and gets the name out. We could do some white labels, which will then be increasing revenue for the platform. There's a lot of possibilities with partnerships. It's quite a big area, I think, for us, especially at the moment anyway, of getting our name out and about there. So expect to see a few of those coming through and having a meaningful impact as well. Right. Tez, you still hear me? Just having a quick read of the chat now.
Yeah, hello. Right. So as Gio said, in terms of partnerships, we're still talking with other individuals and teams, trying to bring more partnerships to fruition. You have to remember that these partnerships have to make sense. There needs to be some sort of mutual benefit to Aventa, therefore the community, the holders, and the project as a overall. So we shouldn't just be partnering up with any project. I believe it needs to have some sort of incentive. With all due respect, on a mutual basis. And of course, there has to be integrations, just like Gio said, of some sort, if possible, to try and bring more awareness of the products that we have live and are going live. Even the wiki itself, which is coming up in the next 9 or so days, we're working on that in the background, which has a AI integration. As I explained, if anyone has missed it, that's basically a standalone support portal where individuals can go and get all the information of how to use the products, get more details about the project itself and once the chain is going live. There's a wealth of information which actually saves the time of the admins, support from the mods and the team themselves.
Awesome stuff. Right. So before we go any further, is there anyone on the chat itself that has a question? By all means, reach out.
Thank you, Gio. I see a comment by Yitz. Basically, in terms of the roadmap, we will update that very, very soon. I understand, we appreciate the feedback, especially when it's constructive. So expect the roadmap to be updated. And we'll share a link here as well. And it will update the actual command from Rose in terms of that. Okay. How many people are working on the project? Right. So We will be adding the team on the actual website and on the white paper just to get a better idea of who's actually on the team. So myself, I'm the lead. We have Crypto AMG, who basically provides overall support, brings connections, some people that have been in an advisory role now, such as Mislevet. And we have Irish, who's the BDM lead. We have Nimbus, who plays a critical role too, overall with the project, where she does community management. She does some hiring. In terms of the hiring, guys, I usually personally go for people that are referred. It's very difficult to bring people in, as you know, the space to be trusted and so forth. So we try to keep it close knitted right now in order to try and get more funds. And if anyone refers someone within the team, then obviously we look at it, we have a conversation with them, we get on a chat, on a call. We try and see what kind of expertise and benefit they bring into the team. And then we move forward from that. Okay.
Okay, well, there's one there that just says trading bot ?
All right. So in terms of the trading bot, yes, it will be coming. You have to understand, everyone, that there's plenty of utilities that can come out. We can bring a utility out tomorrow in a day. That's not the big issue. We have to remember that we have to move along with the market. When you're releasing a product, there needs to be some sort of marketing alongside of it. Okay, that's one. Number two, is really critical that we don't just roll out, for example, a trading bot, which is in competition with so many others out there, and we don't have any unique functionality with it. So when we're releasing products, as we're going to have comparison charts, and those comparison charts, in the most sort of respectful manner, provide some sort of comparison to the actual movers up there that have the biggest market share. So a trading bot will be coming. It just needs a bit more functionality to be added there to set us apart from all the existing trading bots in the space. Okay, so there will be one coming out, especially because we have our own chain. We need to ensure that we have first movers as well as the first utilities on the chain ourselves, because then that brings revenue to the team as well as the holders. Okay. Any airdrop in the future? Potentially, yes, there could be. We have some allocated supply to it. You need to understand that the supply is quite can be potentially scarce, so we need to utilize it accordingly. Obviously, that will help to bring a lot of people into the project. But remember, even with certain huge projects out there that did airdrops, what they do is that they usually do whatever tasks are available, and then they actually dump 90% of one project. In fact, I was checking yesterday. I don't want to mention the name, but they're bringing a chain very, very soon of their own. Well, I don't know the timeline, excuse me. But in terms of the statistics, in terms of the airdrop that they did, 90% of them dumped as soon as they got it. So airdrop, yes, to the holders, long-term holders, dependent, because you can acquire that data from chain to reward them, yes. But to the outside for marketing, I believe it's a bad idea, because we will keep seeing the drops as soon as they do any tasks, which could help. But then again, in line of that, we can hire a marketing agency to do the same thing without allocating supply, and instead using real funds such as ETH or fiat instead. Okay. Once the chain gets released, what's the plan to attract developers to start building on it? Okay, so this is a very good question. Now, because we're in L1 EVM chain, all right, we're interoperable. So what will happen is that anyone from on Ethereum virtual machine could come onto the chain and start building and migrate with a lot of ease, because the code, such as Solidity for the contracts, can be used. We also bring in automated contracts and dApps, okay, that will be very useful in terms of getting people to deploy staking dApps, for example, deploying contracts on an automated basis, and therefore take advantage of the chain. When you think about it, a layer one is actually quite useful in many ways, and when it's a new chain being released, a lot of people want to be part of it. They want to be the first ones to get on there to ensure they attract users and obviously provide certain utilities. Clearly, we will have other projects that will come and want to be onboarded. We'll have some funds, so we would provide a lot of support to these new projects to try and get them on board. We would build our own utilities too, such as the Launchpad, like we've spoken about, and alongside we'll provide extensive support just so the devs and the projects come on and start using the chain, which will bring us volume, more holders, and more eyes on the project. Okay. approximate timeline for the utility release. So we said 3 months for the chain. Okay, before that, we have some other utilities coming out. We're working on a volume bot. The wiki will be released soon too. The chain, as I've said over and over, 3 months. So first, we're working on the actual chain itself on the testnet. As soon as that's done, we're going to work on the Explorer. Now, as long as we don't have any hurdles, just to give you notice that we may finish even before the 3 months timeline, we will add it an update, okay, on the website, such as a timeline. I will do that myself, as well as in the white paper, and also add a command into row so you guys can follow in real time exactly what's going on with the actual development, especially with the chain.
Just going to jump in. There's one just above that around liquidity. Will the liquidity be locked, and for how long? So yes, the liquidity is already locked. It's been locked for 6 months. And actually, if I type in LP now, there you go. It's got the Etherscan transaction there. And what I will do is I've also got the link to the page itself, which I will share in the chat as well, so you can see. So I said that's locked for 6 months, and obviously as it gets closer to the time, depending on where we are with CEXs and so on, is then we'll obviously review that. But likeliest will be that we'll extend it. So yeah, that answers that. Tez, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so in terms of the LP, we have locked it for 6 months, guys. When the time is nearer, as you know, we wanted to do that, before the chain utility goes out. So in around 3 months, give or take. Like I said, if there are no bottlenecks, technically speaking, we might even build even before that. So by the time that the LP are locked, we'll have a series of utilities that are actually already live, and you guys can actually go ahead and use. And the project obviously solidifies itself. Now, when the time comes when the LPs are locking, we will relock it. Okay, so there's no an issue with that. The tokens itself as well, just to touch upon, you can see in the announcement. I believe we can add a command to it as well, just so you guys can go and have a look of the fact of the vesting period. Some of it unlocks every week. If we don't have no use for the tokens, obviously they'll be relocked again. You have to remember we have our own coin coming out with the bridge. So people will be able to use that bridge to use ETH, BNB, and so forth, EVM compatible coins on chains to trade and convert into the coin, as well as using a pegging system to the coin, the Aventa coin itself on the actual L1 chain. Benjamin said other well-known layers took years for people to start building on it. But and it's absolutely true. We're not going to take, I believe, years for people to start building on it. We're going to provide a sophisticated system. We have already taken sort of consideration of that. Like I said, we will have automated deployers, okay, not just on dApps, but on the chain, but also on the Telegram, and we're touching base on Discord as well. It's very important to be able for people to use mobile devices. I'm sure many of you know, most of us can't get away from our mobile, so it's good to have those type of tools available at hand when people need them. These will be a lot of premium services alongside of it. There will be, obviously, they call it freemium, which means that you provide a product for free for certain features, and then if anyone uses some extensive additional options that are available within a dApp or the actual TG port, for example, or Discord board, they'll be able to pay a premium, which goes into a pot, and that is distributed to the team as well as back to the holders in the form of revenue share.
Right.
Any other questions?
Let's have a look now. I don't believe there is any at the minute. I mean, what about for you guys? I mean, is there any feedback from anyone? Is there anything you want to see the team doing more of, doing less of? How are you guys feeling? How do you think the first week has gone for the project? Obviously you're the community, you're part of this. We're all in this together. So if you have any feedback for the team as well, it's a two-way conversation. Just let us know.
Yeah, I agree. Like Gio said, guys, throw all your questions out. If you can't remember anything now, you can maybe ask it later, even after the MA has ended. Benjamin said, question: when we hit 100 million MC, are the UK devs going to organize I don't usually use profanity, guys.
Don't read it. Don't read it.
That's a very, very funny, very funny way to put it. In Newcastle as well with the Geordie Birds. You know, we will do something. You have to remember, everyone. Clearly, if this gets to a certain milestone, myself, you know, first and foremost, we'll have to. We need to attend conferences. In respect of actually having a conversation in person with someone instead of on the phone, obviously via text. It's more important because you connect better. You can actually sell the project in a much better way, you know, especially when the flagship product is actually live. So yeah, why not? We can have an organized sort of meeting of some sort, you know, or meet at a conference and can show the support that the project has, and obviously have conversations in regards to the space, crypto, you know, or whatever anyone else wants to talk about. So we did actually name ENS name the wallets. So off the top of my head, there's an owner wallet that's already been ENS named and has been shared with the community. There's a marketing wallet, which is also part of the development too. Staking contracts. So there's a staking owner. We can't obviously add ENS names to the contracts themselves, but we have 2 staking contracts, one for the NFT and one for the token staking. There are also claim contracts, okay, from the Inc side of things, which has been taken care of. And I believe that's about it. In terms of the marketing and everything else, that's already locked. I believe we did send, we have a pinned announcement of that. Like I said, we'll add a command to rows for people that can actually tap vest. I think we may have already added it. Let me just test this quickly. Yeah, there you go. So Gio just did it. So I remember we did this already. So you can click on that message. You can see the actual vesting wallets there. We also had to do this for the CMC form, guys. We even added the security and supply that you can see in real time. So yeah, you can see from that message all the actual wallets that have been vested to for the team. Okay, and the releasing is mostly weekly. But as I said, if you don't have any use for these tokens, you'll be able to actually track them on chain. It's all public information. As you know, blockchain has a public ledger. They will be relocked, okay? But as we get closer to the mainnet side of things, okay, there'll be a certain allocation of the supply provided to the coin and also for bridging purposes and so forth.
Good stuff. Let's have a look if there's anything else. Oh, I think someone's just writing one now. Just while we're waiting, has anyone in the voice chat got a question?
Have any questions, please go ahead and ask them, okay?
Okay, yeah, Hoodie Man, I've just seen this one. So yeah, Dex Tool shows only 18% of the LP is locked. I've spent the past 2 days arguing with Dex Tools about this. So if you actually click on that 18%, it shows you that that's the supply that's locked, and the liquidity is well, I think it's like 98%. So it's very, very close. This is an error of their side. I have chased them. It will get fixed. But yes, so the 18% should show the LP lock, but it's actually showing the supply lock, which is why it says 18. But I will get that changed as soon as they move their backsides, put it politely. We'll go on to the next one. So how did you come up with the idea to create a project and the name, etc.? Over to you, Teds.
Okay, so so how did I come up idea to create a project? Now, I have worked with other project guys, not as part of a team as such, but to create utilities. I have done a lot in my past. As I said initially when we started the AMA, that I worked on Web 2 as well. You know, I create websites, I look after the servers and so forth, mainly because of security. The idea for the project came because I wanted to do something unique, something different. I did see some sort of, you know, space for improvements as well as builds that can actually benefit the space itself. That was the main objective of it. Okay. In terms of the name, Avent, I believe when I was looking at it, it meant that something new is coming, something along those lines. And I thought, yes, because we're releasing so many utilities as well as the flagship product, such as the Aventa chain. I thought Avent would be actually a really good name to have alongside the symbol, alongside the name Aventa. Okay, and the Aventa was actually chosen by the community and also the logo, guys. We want to involve the community quite heavily. There'll also be a DAO coming up too, where the community can actually take lead of the project, the direction, and you guys can have voting. There'll be a voting mechanism that you guys can actually drive the project to a certain direction, positive direction. Okay, so remember that it's not just us, the team, but also the community to be part and providing us support in any means that you can in order to take this project to a level that it truly deserves. Yes, are we undervalued? Completely. In my personal humble opinion, you can imagine, just like Benjamin said earlier, some of these projects, that bring change respectfully, they take a long, long time to do it. We've come from a fair launch, low cap. We haven't asked for any charity, with all due respect. We're working with a minimal budget, and you can see the announcements from the utilities we're bringing forward with what we're working on, the transparency. We're trying to be as clear as we can with the community, working alongside you guys in order to try and deliver as fast and as reasonably as possible. Okay?
Okay, so the next one. So if this is a blockchain, so Aventa can be listed like other chains like Solana, Ethereum, etc. So
All right,
yes.
so there's a differentiation. Yes, so there's a
Sorry, go on.
differentiation to that. So our token, sorry, Gio. So there's a differentiation to that. So our token is listed on DEX tools, obviously because it can be traded as a token. You have to remember that the coin is going to be completely different. Okay, that's going to be pegged to the actual token itself. So that'll be Aventa, and there'll be the Aventa coin. Okay, so the Aventa coin can be listed on CEXs too, and obviously that could be traded and bought. And then brought back to the adapts such as Uniswap, can be traded by Aventa, go to the bridge, get Aventa tokens and so forth. So that will be used quite heavily. The token will be traded on DEX tools. The coin can be bought on several exchanges, and whoever else that we're going to go ahead and get them to list us if they have specific niches and preferences of the coins that they actually list. Anything that you may,
Sorry, I'm just
think of right now?
I'm getting absolutely hammered with DMs again. Honestly, I've had more people message me about listing on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko since we've listed on them than I did before. It's unbelievable. Right, where are we? Well, I think that's it for the questions at the minute. I mean, we're going for about 45 minutes now, so it's not too bad. Has anyone got a quick last one before we wrap it up for this occasion?
Yes, please let us know, guys. If you have any questions, ask them now, or if you think about it later, you can DM us as well. Please bear with the team, all of the team. We do get a lot of messages a lot of it is spam as well, but obviously we have investors and supporters of the project, which are priority. But if you send us a message and we see it, we'll add you to a special folder to ensure that we don't miss it. But even our important folders that we have people in there do actually blow up and they grow. So it takes us a little while. You have to remember we're just human. We do the best we can, as well as working on the project itself too. So do DM us if you want to ask a question, you want to ask it publicly. Come give us feedback, suggestions. We love that. As we said, the DAO will be coming, so the community will be sort of the main driver and making decisions for the team for the best direction of Aventa, the project as a whole. Okay. Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Chief.
Yeah, so
Great launch,
just one little one which I'll answer quick. So can you do your own marketing on Twitter? Are you raised by the community? Yeah, look, if you guys have got any posts, if you want to be spreading it out there, commenting on bigger names or whichever way you want to do it, just DM one of us the link and we'll get raiding on it. That's part of being in that community, and it's always great to see when people are going out themselves and trying to push that message. So yeah, well, I mean, I will actively encourage that. If there's any posts you guys want to do and you want to be sharing, send them over to me even, and I'll get us, get it on the raid. So yeah, please, the more posts the merrier.
Correct. Just wanted to touch upon that, guys. The team is actually spending on marketing, doing all we can to make connections, secure partnerships, do the development. But without the community, we're practically nothing without the supporters. So please look, there's 31 participants here. I'm sure we understand completely. We have our own families, we have kids, we have, some of us have real life jobs as well. This is not our day-to-day living. So we do expect and, would appreciate if the community can actually sort of engage into the raids, especially go spread the word. Tell people that actually, experiencing blockchain, one of the fundamentals is that you don't bring in new people in, due to the security risk and so forth. But you must know, each one of us, each one of you know people that actually engage in projects they invest in. Tell them about it. Don't force them to invest, but give them information, give them links, say, go check this project out, see what you think, and make a wise decision whether you want to actually support. Now, in terms of the raids, we'd really appreciate it if people actually go ahead and participate. It takes literally, a minute or under to like, retweet, and comment on the project. That brings a lot of awareness. A word of mouth in terms of marketing is worth more than any other mainstream marketing campaign out there. Remember that, okay? So please, if you can, please support in terms of that.
Right,
Thank you.
just quick, seems to be quite a prominent thing. So there's someone saying about there's only 2 members and you're coming out with so many utilities, will you be able to deliver it? So just to confirm, there's not only 2 members of the team. It's just, as with everything, people have strengths and weaknesses in different areas. Me and Tez are quite comfortable talking, so we decided to come on today to talk. There's 6, I believe, Tez, a core team, plus a lot of there's a few other devs that Tez is working with in terms of the chain. There's quite a few people in the background.
3 yep.
Sorry, yeah, I was going to say, so there's quite a few people in the background. It's just not all of them are necessarily going to be public speakers. So yeah, of course, you might mainly hear from ourselves, but we're not the ones working on it. I mean, I'll be the first to admit I'm not technically savvy in any way. Tez is the technical genius. I'm more front of house as such. So yeah, it's not just the 2 of us anyway. Just wanted to clear that point up, and I'll let Tez touch on that as well.
Correct, DT. There's not just 2 people that are working on the actual development. In fact, behind the scenes, I hired 2 more members today that, after speaking to them, they're going to be working on the chain alongside with us. As Gio said, a lot of the people don't want to come on the actual mic, even yourself, respectfully. People like to use text. They have real lives. These 2 people that I connected with today, I've known them. I have worked with them before in Web 2 and Web 3. We have a bigger team than, in terms of development that we're working with. We're not giving any supply of tokens either. It's all going to be sort of pure funds and fiat. I'm leading the project. As you guys know, I have a lot of experience. I can discuss practically anything. I've worked on several utilities in the past, as I mentioned earlier. So yes, it's not just 2 people, guys. There's different individuals that are working on the team that have different roles. We're keeping a close-knitted team and only bringing people on board that we have worked with in the past and be trusted and are able to deliver to SLAs, as I actually wrote to a message, I believe, in the last 2 days too. Okay.
Yeah, and just to really finally add on that, as someone who's quite new to this team as such anyway, it is exactly how he's describing. It does seem to be a very, very tight-knit team. I've loved every second of it so far, joining myself. And the way I see it is, we gotta let Tez do his thing. He's building all these amazing and wonderful things. So the sort of the jobs between us all, the other team members, really is just keeping everything else going, keeping everything active, and just letting him work his magic, right? Because that's where he's really, really shining, as well as obviously talking to everybody. And that's the great thing about this. And I feel like sometimes when you see these massive projects, they're very good at the marketing, or they're very good at the development, but they're not very good with people. And I think people skills are very, very important. So, it doesn't matter how big we get, we're still going to be in here chatting with you guys, having a bit of a joke, having a bit of a laugh. Of course, there's a time to be professional, and we will be, in meetings and so on, we will have that approach. But when we're with the community, we want to be able to actually relate to you guys. We're real people, as Ted said. We got families, we got lives of our own. So we just want to do what we want to do what we can, build this amazing project together, and look, why not have a little bit of a laugh along the way as well.
I agree. You have to remember, everyone, we do come into the chat. Shout out to Gio AMG, EK, Maslowitz, Nimbus, the Mott's Crane, Sniping, all these guys that in the chat. Some of us from the team cannot be there all the time. We have to be actually operating the project. We do come in and answer the questions. Some of us, you can see, even Irish, Geo, and a lot of us are here until late at night. And yes, we do have real lives as well. So if you have any questions, just pop it in there and we'll try and answer it. I think there's another question that was here. Just quickly, in terms of the utility, yes, we will actually bring it forth. We understand, some people actually raise millions of dollars or quid or whatever you want to call it to try and bring a chain or certain products that are out there. We never came from that, okay? So we're very sort of, humbly speaking, we're not chasing a huge payout now. Yes, it would be nice to have some, funds in order to take care of the family, quit our day jobs and so forth, but it's much more than that, okay? So there's a difference to be made. We've seen certain loopholes in the actual industry in terms of how chains operate and utilities operate, and we want to fill those gaps. And I believe Aventa, me being in belief,
I'm gonna have to get your bunker
same as the
rewired.
team, is that we're able to actually bridge that gap. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Okay, so as I was saying, some projects actually raise a lot of cash flow in order to deliver what we're trying to do. Just to let you know, we will deliver. I know we have a minimal budget, but we have some expertise in house. I have some dev associates too that help me whenever I need it. I'm in several groups as well with these devs to try and get more information if we need it. Discuss certain things to try and scale. I have quite a bit of experience in various formats in terms of the servers, website, and so forth. So a lot of the money is saved in that respect. Okay, so don't worry about the development; it will be done. We didn't come here to try and promise you something and then not deliver. That would actually not be a good sign, and our reputation matters. We are connected quite well, I would say, in the space, and all we're going to do is actually whatever the roadmap is, even the roadmap that we have will be completed. Okay?
Yeah, no, and completely echo, what Tez is saying there, and I think you look at what's been achieved in this past week, and that alone, compared to many, many other projects, we all started off as investors, right? So we've all seen the range of projects out there, and I think actually, personally, I'm very proud of what's been achieved. We're a week on today. I think we got three bots utilities live. Staking's come in. We've got this massive, exciting advancement with the R1 chain. There's so much here, and we're already building this great network as well. It's hard not to be bullish on it, really. So, yeah, I think. I've always been one for the cliche saying of, actions speak louder than words. So if you are someone who sat there and you're not quite sure, then, let us show you. That's what we're here to do. We're here to build. So we're going to let our actions do the talking. We're going to let the products do the talking. And then you can come back and go, yeah, okay, I want to come in.
Just like Gio said, the development itself will speak, not even speak, it will shout, it will scream. So one question from Chief in regards to EK Anyone. I actually connected with EK Anyone via Irish. A lot of these people that I've actually connected myself and the team has been from the team members itself. Remember what I said earlier, we actually bring people on the team that are referred. We don't bring new people that obviously don't have no history with team members and so forth. It's all about trusting, checking experience, having discussions, calls, voice notes, and so forth. Irish actually referred EK to me. We discussed, we spoken, and then he came on board. And you can see, as Gio said, the amazing articles that he's been putting out on Medium. Okay.
Brilliant. All right, well, it's been about an hour now, so I think for our first one, I think I'm going to wrap it up because I can hear my kids going absolutely nuts upstairs, and they should have been in bed an hour and a half ago. So I am going to have to go.
Yes.
Sort of out, but yeah. Unless there's any burning questions, as Tez said, guys, drop us a message either in the chat, in the DM, whatever you want to do. As soon as we can, we'll get back to you. Yeah, it's been great talking to you all. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks, and yeah, let's just keep building and make something special out of this. Final words from you, Tez?
Yes.
Can't hear you, mate. Oh.
Thank you so much for joining. Just like Gio said, sorry, I don't know if you were still talking, Gio. Apologies. Yes, so thank you everyone to the community for joining. We will have another one too. This is just the first day of May. We didn't want to do it with a third party or anyone else. We wanted to connect with the community, speak to you all, discuss the project with you, the team, for you guys to ask questions. As you know, we are building, we're releasing utilities. There's more coming, a lot more, especially with the L1 chain. Please support as much as you can, anywhere you can. We're very grateful for you guys being here. We know that you have, things to do, your personal life, spending the time here with us today. If you think of anything else later on, please let us know. Come into our DMs, ask us. We know who you are. We see you in the chat. Or just ask it here, and then as soon as reasonably possible, we will revert back to you. Okay? Thank you so much.
Sorry, no, just you said we know who you are. Sounds like a line out of the Taken movie. But right.
We're coming for you. No, I mean in the public chat,
we know where you live.
As in, we see them.
Awesome. Right. No worries. Have a good evening, everybody. We'll catch up very soon.
You too.
Take care.
Yep. Speak soon, guys.